Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Penny's Reading Nook. And, well, I think we should just get started. What do you think? I think so, too. Today, my book is about a bear who just can't sleep. Do you guys get that way sometimes? I know sometimes I do. I'll be laying there in bed and I'll be looking up at the ceiling. What am I going to do at work tomorrow? What game can we play? What am I going to have for dinner? I don't know. What am I going to have for breakfast? I don't know. Look at the clock. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm still wide awake. So I'm kind of like Bear, and I'm sure your mommies and daddies are the same way, and I'm sure you're the same way. Sometimes it's just hard to get to sleep, isn't it? Well, let's just get started, okay? Maybe that'll make us sleepy. All right, our title of our book today is called Bear Can't Sleep. And if you look up here at the top, Roane County Public Library. I went to our library here in Spencer and I had my library card and I was able to check this book out. So once I'm done with it, I'm going to take it back to the library and maybe you guys could go to the library and check it out for yourself, okay? And then you could follow along with me in the video, huh? All right, let's get started. Again, this is Bear Can't Sleep. It was written by Karma Wilson, and it was illustrated by Jane Chapman. And there's Bear, covering his head with his blanket. There, he's there. Should be sleeping, but he's wide awake. Poor Bear. Okay. In his home in the forest, while the cold wind blows, Bear snuggles in his quilt from his nose to his toes. Oh, I like to do that sometimes too. While the snowflakes fall and the drifts pile high, Bear tosses and he turns. Bear moans and he sighs. Oh, poor Bear. He stares at the wall. He's not tired at all. And the bear can't sleep. Oh, I gotta get some sleep. Poor Bear. Pitter-pat, tiptoe. Mouse scurries in the lair to check on the fire for his good friend Bear. Oh, that was very kind of him, wasn't it? He doesn't want Bear to get cold. Oh, Bear, Mouse squeaks, you are up too late. It is winter in the woods, and bears hibernate. Oh, looks like they're getting ready to try to tuck Bear in. Sometimes that helps if your mommy or your daddy tucks you in, gives you an extra snug as a bug in a rug. Mouse frets, oh dear me, while he brews mint tea. And the bear can't sleep. Poor Bear. Bear is counting sheep. 1, 2, 3, 4. When Badger and Hare tumble in through the door. Ho, Mouse, says Hare. We were just out walking. Bear should be asleep, but we both heard him talking. No, he just won't go to sleep. Not sleepy. Bear snuggles down deep in a sad furry heap, but he still can't sleep. Oh, look at Bear. He has such nice friends. They're all trying to help, aren't they? Mouse turns down the lamp. Badger builds the fire up. Hare pours warm milk into Bear's tin cup. Then Gopher and Mole tunnel up to the lair. Mole frets and he fusses. It is bedtime for bears. Everybody wants poor Bear to go to sleep. The cold wind blows while the firelight glows, but the bear can't sleep. Poor bear. Wren, owl, and raven flitter flutter inside to find Bear awake with his eyes open wide. Wren hops to and fro. What else is there to try? A song to make him sleepy? So they sing a lullaby. It'll be fun to have your friends sing you a lullaby. All gathered in the lair, they hum along for Bear. But he still can't sleep. Poor Bear. I'm awake, roars Bear, and that's all there is to it. I have tried to fall asleep, but I just can't do it. I'm bored, bored, bored. So I'll spin you all a tale. Means he is going to tell him a story. Once upon a time in the strawberry vale, ooh, the friends huddle in as the story begins. Since, the bear can't sleep, so he might as well tell a story, huh? Get my page to turn. Bear tells a story he has never told before. But just before the end, look at Bear, there comes a rumbling snore. When the sun peeks up on a bright new dawn, the friends can't sleep, but the bear snores on. Oh, they've got him all tucked in, and he finally went to sleep. The end. And there he is, sound asleep. That was a very good book. I like The Bear Can't Sleep. So, I thought, and then when I look at the pictures in that book, I think Bear is such a cute little bear. And I thought, you know what? We need to make our own bear today. So, you need to get some things ready. And I've got one already finished that I did out of brown construction paper. Now, you would normally think we would have to cut the pieces apart to make our bear, right? Right, but we're not going to do that today. Today, we are going to use our fingers and we are going to tear the paper. Because if you look at my brown bear that I already have done, when you tear the paper, it kind of looks like his ruffly fur, doesn't it? His coat. So I think we're going to do that instead. But it is super, super easy, okay? The one that I'm going to do with you this morning, I'm not going to use brown paper because sometimes you might not have brown paper at your house. And I want to show you that it can be done with a white piece of paper, okay? So the first thing I had to do, I got my white piece of paper and I went through my classroom and building blocks and I found different things that was in the shape of the circle that I needed, okay? So I needed one big circle, so I found a lid and I traced that. And then right here, you have those little clear Solo cups, they're kind of short, clear ones that Miss Pam and I use for science projects and for math activities and things. So that's my next size down. And then the two right here, this is going to be like his muzzle right there. The two right here are his ears, and I used the bottom of one of our cups that we use for our toothbrush cups. So I traced that, and then right here for his nose, I used my hand sanitizer lid, and then for those right there, I think I might have traced a quarter for those, but I'm not exactly certain. I can't remember what I did. But again, you just need circles from different sizes, starting at small and getting a little bigger with each thing, okay? And then you need your black and brown crayons. Now, I happen to have a box of crayons that's called the Colors of the World. They're multicultural crayons. And so in this box, there are lots of different shades of browns and a black crayon. Now, when you get your circles traced out, you need to decide what color browns you're going to use. You kind of want a dark brown and a lighter brown, and then you need a black crayon for the inside of his ears and for his nose, okay? And then there's the big one for his face. Now I kept a rubber band around them, boys and girls, so I wouldn't forget what color was what, okay? Now, this was the kind of the darker brown of the two that I'm going to use. This is going to be his ears. So we need to color those brown as well. And you will see that I traced my circles with a pink pen so I can still see them when we go to tear them apart, tear them around the lines. All right, so there's one. Now do my other one. And like I said, my main goal today was to show you that you could still do the same projects I'm doing with white paper, because sometimes it's easier to have white paper at our house, right? Right. Okay. Now this one right here, it's going to be the lighter shade of brown. And let me tell you what the ones I used. For the darker brown, this one was called Deep Golden. That's what I used. And for his muzzle, I'm going to use one that's called Light Medium Golden. Okay? And we'll just color our circle. Probably got the camera shaking on you, I bet, because the table kind of looks like it's shaking a little bit. So if the screen shakes a little bit, sorry about that, boys and girls. I'll be done here in just a minute. Oh, man, I broke my crayon. But you know what? That's all right. It's still a usable crayon. Okay, so now we have all of our circles, right? Right. We have the large one for the face. The two smaller ones are going to be for his ears. The two little black ones up here are going to be for the insides of his ears. One nose, and this is his muzzle. Now, I am going to use my scissors to cut the circles apart, okay? And you look up there at the top, that's where I was experimenting with my colors to find out what color I wanted to make Bear. That's his nose, the inside of his ears. And you will find yourself too, if you cut them apart and make the paper smaller around it, it makes it a little easier to tear, okay? All right, so now we've got our big circle, right? And all we're gonna do is tear your paper. Everybody loves to tear paper, right? And you're just gonna tear it right around that pink line, or the line that you traced. Now, if you go off your line like that, is that gonna mess it up? Nope, it's fine. Does not matter. We want to try to stay close to it. But if you go off, not a problem at all. Yeah, we're going there. Going pretty good so far, right? Right. Keep tearing, 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 tearing. Okay, there I have his face. All right. Now let's work on his ears. And you see my little pink line there? Give it a little tear till you get to it, and then all the way around the circle. And like I said, when we're tearing the paper, it makes it look more realistic, I think. Gives him the ruffled fur look. All right, there's one ear. Let's do the other one. We need some music playing in the background, huh? While we're tearing paper. Okay, there's his other ear. Get out the glue stick here real quick. Now we need to do the insides of his ears. And we have a smaller circle. You might want to take your time. Just be careful. I know each and every one of you out there can do this. All right, there's the inside of one ear. And then we need the other one. Just right around we go. See how easy it is? I knew you guys could do this at your house. It'll be great. There's the other side of his ear. Now we need his nose. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Right along we go. And we got to think about it. When you're having a hard time sleeping, what are some things that you think that you might be able to do at your house to help you get to sleep? Maybe have your mom or dad read you a bedtime story. Have like a bedtime routine before you go. You've brushed your teeth. You've had your bedtime story. They've tucked you in. When the kids have rest time at building blocks, I go around and I tuck each one of them in. And Miss Pam and I say, snug as a bug in a rug. And we get you all tucked in. And that usually helps a person be able to go to sleep. You get nice and warm. Sometimes at my house, when I can't get to sleep, sometimes I will listen to music. I'll put real soft music on, usually like piano music or classical music. And I love the sound of that. All right, so enough with that. I've got my pieces all cut. Now we just need to glue him together, right? Right. So we're going to put his muzzle on first. Glue that on. And if you wonder about that, let me get the book again and you can see. See right there? A little bit of that's darker and this is lighter. And that's why we did it the way we are doing it. Okay? Now we need to glue on his ears. Put a little spot there for the black circle we tore. And then, about put his nose on his ear. That wouldn't be a good idea, would it? There. Okay. And then his nose. Let's put his nose on there. Got it. Now we're going to put just a little bit of glue right here on the bottom of our ears to make sure they go on the back. Okay, let's put one there. And we'll put the other one, let's put the other one over here. All right, now, what are we missing? You're right, his eyes, because he can't sleep. Hello, his eyes are not closed. So that's when you're going to use your black marker. And you're just going to give him 2 black eyes. One there, just like it was in the book. And then he had some little, that's right, he needs a mouth. Let's give him a smiley mouth because he's telling his friends a story. And he had some little dots around there. And it had a couple little whiskers sticking out there. All right, and with that, we are finished. And we made a bear that can't sleep, just like the bear in the book. That was pretty exciting, huh? And we did it with white paper and crayons that I bet everybody has at their house. Well, that's it for me today here in the Patch Office in Spencer and the Penny's Reading Nook. And I will see you next week. And don't forget, I'm going to take this book back to the library. So if you're in town and you have a library card, which everybody should have a library card, have your mom and dad take you to the library so you can check out this book. I'll see you next week, boys and girls. Bye-bye. Mwah.